let's look at the power rankings. This is one of my favorite times of the week where we get to rank all the teams. I can tell you right now, the guys we were just reacting to, the Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, they are not going to be on this team because we just do the top 10. Last week, things got shaken up because the Toronto Blue Jays are not on our power rankings. This is the first time this year.
Yeah.
And I hope it's the only time this year.
Me too.
I was looking for any excuse possible to put them on here. There is none. There is none. There are 10 teams at least, probably more than that actually, that are better than the Toronto Blue Jays at this current juncture. At number 10, we have the San Francisco Giants. I thought they were going to fall out of this race. They're still in it.
No, though, I think they're a good team. We talked about them a lot last week. Like, they straight up have great coaches. They have great pitching. They just know how to win ball games.
Yeah.
They're 20-13. They're back on the power rankings. I do think that that whole team should be in the top 10 pretty much most of the year.
I think that they went on like a 6-game win streak too. Correct me if I'm wrong there, guys, but like they were winning games consecutively for quite a while there. And like here they are again, 20-13. So very good work, Giants. Number 10. Number 9 on this list, we have the Minnesota Twins. A bit of a surprise team. They're kind of doing everything. I feel like they're hitting their ceiling right now as a squad, I believe.
Yeah,
they had an offseason that I think a lot of people questioned, being like, oh, like, you guys aren't going to do this.
Are you buying? Are you selling? Yeah. Like, what is your team like?
And I think that this, like, what's happening right now, the management is like, yes, like this is what we saw, and it's actually panning out. They're 20-15 right now, like a bit above 500, but their offense is good. And I mean, Byron Buxton is just
amazing,
superhuman.
Hey, the guy, the number one prospect they have replacing Correa right now while he's injured is he had a great game. I picked him up in fantasy. He had a blow up game,
right?
Like 28 plus fantasy points, like
not bad,
exploded.
Yeah, and again, you know, Correa's on the bench right now or recovering basically, so it's like they don't even have that guy, and they're still winning games, and they're at the top of their division. So shout out Twins. Like, you guys, I questioned you a lot in the offseason, but like, you're shutting me up. You're shutting me up right now.
You're good.
Number 8, we got the Tampa Bay Rays. I hate to admit it, dude.
Yep.
They had a good week. They didn't actually really jump up at all.
No, they actually fell down 2 spots.
Wow, shocking.
Yeah.
That just goes to show about the teams that are ahead of them right now, because like there it seems to be a top tier of teams that are just like so good and so difficult to crack into.
Dude, because most of the people in this, and from like here on out, and except for our number 1, everyone has very similar records.
They're all very
similar.
All very similar, and you look at the team stats too, they're all kind of around the same rankings to one another. So, it's all up for grabs as to who's better than who. But we do have the Rays down here. I will say one thing about the Rays. They just beat us in the series 2-1. And in the game that we just watched, they had 4 consecutive guys come out pitching-wise. I have never heard of any one of them.
Never. And
they all had ERAs that were like 2.2 or below.
Yeah. Where do you find these guys? What kind of math nerd games are you playing?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. That's Rays baseball.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. They do a bunch of Sudoku or some shit and apparently are good at baseball. Number 7 on this list, we got the Milwaukee Brewers. I think they're going to be in the top 10 and somewhere around this ranking pretty much the entire season long. They're 21-13. They're at the top of their division. They're doing what they need to do. They're 5th in team OPS. Blah, blah, blah. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they had a 500 last 10 games, literally going 5-5, and they fell down 3 spots. That's the reason why. But other than that, like, they're great.
Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine. Number 6, shocker here. Well, not really. I mean, like, just
no,
shocker.
I'm not shocked anymore, baby. I'm hopping on the hype train, bro. The Blue Jays keep sucking. This will be my team.
Okay. Announce them, bro. Announce them.
It's the LA Angels, baby. Shohei Ohtani's back in absolute full force. Mike Trout is kicking ass. Jared Walsh is kicking ass. Everyone's kicking ass on the team. The pitching's amazing. And yes, they have climbed up a spot. They went 7-3 in their last 10. Love them. Love the Angels. I'm going to hop. Screw the Padres. I'm hopping on. That's my second team.
Hopping on the Angels? All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, baby.
Interesting squad selection there. But they're number 6 right now. Speaking of the Padres, they are number 5 on the power rankings right now. 22-13 is their record, actually leading that division. They are number 1 in that division. So, like, shout out Padres. I wrote down right here next to them, how are they doing it? Because their team stats don't look that good.
Ooh.
I don't know how they're doing it. They're doing it, though. They're getting it done, so I'm not going to question them right now. But, like, Manny Machado is obviously really good at baseball.
He's kicking ass.
Other than that, I don't really know how they're doing it.
I think Manny's, like, number one in the MVP race right now for the NL?
He would be right up there, yeah. It's like, it'd be, I think him and Bryce Harper are kicking ass right now. So.
That's incredible. Yeah, well, maybe they get a little Blue Jay effect, and they're doing well right now, but come on, you better start doing better.
Yeah,
because if you don't,
like the
you'll
team
collapse.
stats are there. You know, like they could collapse, but for right now, you're number 5. Number 4, falling down a few spots. It's a weird one. LA Dodgers.
Yeah,
number
3
4
spots they fall
on the power rankings. They'd been number 1 every other week.
Yep.
Finally, they lost some games to the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah,
that's just unacceptable, folks. Like, look at what they did today. You know, like they literally hit a team and still lost. So losing games to them, that just counts. That's like 2 losses
that's
for every loss that you have to them. That's pretty bad. And they didn't really win a whole lot since our last thing. And the other teams in front of them have just been so damn consistent. So Dodgers number 4.
Yeah, number 3, we've got the New York Mets, who are staying there at number 3 this week. They're going 500 now. Like they had that big burst of like a lot of wins, and now they're just 500 ball.
And that is what a good team does, is they have their burst, and then when they're cool, they go 500. And then they have their burst again. Yeah. And then they go 500. And their burst and it's like that's kind of like what a good team does. They don't let the losses pile up when they're cold.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what their schedule is like. I don't know if they're on the road or not. But if you're on the road and you're going 500, like great. You go at home, that's when you get all your dubs.
That's when you collect the W's. Yeah. Exactly. Number 2 on this list, Houston Astros.
They exploded this week. They had an 11-game win streak. It just came to an end, but amazing run.
How many spots did they go up in our rankings?
6.
Yeah.
6 spots.
Yeah. I mean, like, we always knew that they were going to be a kick-ass team.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker is a legend. He's, breaking records right now with how many wins he's getting and everything like that. And, like, these guys, I think that they are 3rd in team ERA. They're 9th in team OPS. Justin Verlander,
I was just gonna say,
looking like a Cy Young once again. Like, we all had our question marks about him, never question him.
The fact that they already had a great rotation. We've seen it in the last few years, and I thought like Verlander would be a nice addition to it. He's leading this rotation.
He's leading it.
That's a deadly ass rotation.
It's kind of crazy, dude. So yeah, Houston Astros number 2 and number 1.
Y'all saying it in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. It's the New York Yankees, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the New York Yankees. At this point, they cannot be ignored. They are the best team in baseball. I say that. That's the thing I'm most assured about.
They still have single-digit losses. They have 9.
Yeah, they still have single-digit losses. They are 2nd in team OPS. They have overtaken the Dodgers to become 1st in team ERA.
Wow.
Garrett Cole is back with a vengeance. Nestor Cortez is incredible. Montgomery is good. Tyone is good. There's not a single hole in that bullpen. There's not a single hole in the fucking lineup. There's not any holes on this team whatsoever. The fact that they even have 9 losses is shocking based on how good they've been.
Dude, and Judge I think is tied right now with the league in homers, 12.
I believe it.
And then, they have Anthony Rizzo, who was leading the league at one point in homers. So I feel like they're just going to keep hitting homers and being the Bronx Bombers, finally bringing that back.
And they have a potential this season. Like, right now, with what their team's doing, I still know that it's early and whatever. This team has potential, in my opinion, to hit maybe even 110 W's sort of thing if their pitching continues what it's doing.
If the pitching's doing what they're
doing. Because
we
always said their lineups kick ass.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was it's Garrett Cole and then a bunch of question marks.
The question marks are now exclamation points.
Exactly. And Garrett Cole is back doing what Garrett Cole does. So it's like, if that continues, sky's the limit. World Series.
I think right now, I'll be honest, I think they're my favorites to win the AL East.
They should be the favorites to win the World Series, in my opinion.
For real.
It's like right now, anyways. Like, just like the way they're playing.
Look unbeatable.
Absolutely.
They look unbeatable.
They look pretty unbeatable, guys. And they kicked our ass 2 games in a row this past week.
Damn.